It's one of the most prevalent illnesses around. So many people suffer from diabetes, and many have to be extremely careful all day long and make sure their blood sugar is where it needs to be. With us today, a diabetic and someone you may know, Elliston, Ohio's own singer-songwriter Crystal Bowersox, along with endocrinologist Dr. Gregory Dodell, join us this morning. Folks, it's so good to see you. Crystal, so great to see you. We kind of want to welcome you home a little bit this morning, but tell us a little bit about your story with living with diabetes and what exactly is no before the low.
Sure. Well, I grew up in Northwest Ohio. It's nice to be home. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 6 years old, and it's been about 30 years now that I've been living with diabetes. It's a daily balancing act of food, insulin, and exercise, and sometimes no matter how much planning you do, things can go wrong. So I'm here to talk about No Before the Low, which is a campaign with Lilly Diabetes, and we want to make sure that people are prepared and have a plan in place if there's a low blood sugar emergency.
So Dr. Dodell, what exactly is low blood sugar and who might be at risk for this?
Right, so low blood sugar is exactly what it sounds like. We all have an optimal amount of sugar that goes through our bloodstream at a given time. And if the blood sugar goes too low, it can cause sweating or confusion or irritability. And the people that are at risk are generally those with diabetes, either type 1 or type 2 who take insulin or oral medications that can cause the blood sugar to go too low. So that's what we're here to talk about and hopefully make sure everyone has a preparedness plan in place if that were to occur.
Crystal, we loved watching you every week on American Idol. Just do your thing. Have you ever experienced low blood sugar? I would imagine you have.
Of course, yes. There have been several times throughout my life. One memorable time was while I was on American Idol. Ryan Seacrest is counting down, and we're live in 3, 2, 1. And my blood sugar started dropping. So I had to push through. And as soon as we cut to commercial, I made sure that everyone around me knew that I needed something sweet. I needed some candy or sugar. And everyone on set became my support network, which is so important to someone living with diabetes. It could be your educators, it could be your coworkers. Anyone around you needs to be prepared and know what to do in case of a low blood sugar emergency, which is why we're here. Know before the low.
Yeah, and as you said, make sure you have that support network together and have those people in place who know what's happening, when it is happening, and have those emergency tools there right at the ready. Dr. Dodell, what exactly then is the difference between low blood sugar and then maybe a low sugar emergency?
Great question. So a sugar emergency or a severe low blood sugar, in that setting, the person's not able to take care of themselves. They could be having a seizure, they could be unconscious, and versus a mild or moderate case, something like juice or soda, the person can just grab or hopefully go into their backpack or whatever they carry with them to treat it and feel better right away. So the purpose of this campaign is so that the people around, the people that need it, can be aware and know what needs to occur if the blood sugar were to go too low. And there are prescription medications like a glucagon rescue remedy if the person's not able to take care of themselves, that should be on hand to treat the patient if they need it.
I think all of us, we're trying to get onto some sort of routine now. Like kids are back to school. We're juggling a lot in this pandemic. So I think there's a lot of additional struggles out there and complications. Crystal, is there anything that in your life right now that is helping you manage your diabetes?
Sure. I'm here at home with my son, and we're doing all remote learning at home. So, here, just being at home has been really nice for me. I guess nice. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's been a struggle for everybody, but I have a continuous glucose monitoring system, which gives me information on what my blood sugar is at all times, which is really helpful because I can actually see a trend in my blood sugar and be prepared and know when it's going to go low. So that's important stuff. For me, my support network is my son, and he has to know what to do in case of a low blood sugar emergency where I'm not able to help myself. For people out there who are watching, go to knowbeforethelow.com, and there you're going to find ways to bring up this conversation, to talk to your coworkers and your family members, and just make sure you have a rescue plan in place and that everyone knows what to do in case of a low blood sugar emergency.
Crystal, it's great to know that you're there safe at home with your family. Can we expect anything from you here in the future? Are you working on some music there in Nashville?
Sure. I actually just released a single called Courage to Be Kind. And that's available at my website, crystalbowersox.com. So hopefully I'll be on the road again soon. Until then, I'll still be making music and live streaming.
Well, it's great to get an update from you and to see you again. Of course, all of us here in Northwest Ohio, we appreciate you and your roots here in this area, and we wish you well and hope you stay healthy there. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. I love you, Toledo. I miss you. We'll see you next time. Go to knowbeforethelow.com.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.